What's up, Blue Frog Plumbing and Drain? Hey, Thomas here, coming from you from a new place. This is not the home office in Buda at the house. This is the corporate office in Waco. I've moved some stuff up here, going to start working up here 3 days a week until we can get completely moved. So I'm excited about being here, and I'm excited about bringing you this little lesson today. Really what I wanted to do today was cover some core concepts of the Restore training that you guys have been through. And if you haven't been through it yet, this will give you an idea of some of the things that you'll see and hear and learn as a part of the core principles of Restore. And so I'm going to go through these things, and I really picked what I think are 3 or 4 of the most important core concepts of the Restore training to share with you. First and foremost, transitions. You know, one of the things I talk about when I teach a class is that we use transitions to transition from, say, engage to evaluate, or from the relationship building at the door to engage and evaluate, asking questions, to settling their fear, to total diagnosis, right? So we transition. And the power of those transition statements, there's multiple levels of the power of the transitions. Number one is that you're earning permission. You know, I think it's always really important, and that kind of ties to little yeses too, right? That we're earning permission and we're getting those little yeses along the way. The little yeses are powerful because the more the client gets in the habit of saying yes, the harder it becomes to say no at the end. The permission is important because we're making it about the client. What's most important to us is them. So we're not going to move ahead in the call until we have that permission. We're making it about them and about making sure we're communicating to their needs and to their wants, right? So we get permission, we get those little yeses. The second thing is it helps build value. As an example, when I say, you know, Bob, it's really important to me that I don't miss anything that's important to you and to your family while I'm here. As we visit, is it okay if I just take some notes? What I'm letting Bob know is that what's important to him is what's important to me. I want to be able to take some notes, right? But I'm asking permission again. I'm getting another little yes, ding, ding, ding. That's really important. But I'm transitioning into that evaluation. And the same thing happens when I go from the evaluation into settling fear. You know, Bob, I know that you said it was really important to you to feel comfortable that you were choosing the right company. You know, would you agree it's important to choose a company that you know will not only exceed your expectations, but deliver what they promise? And of course, the client will say, yes, great. Well, I would like to take a few moments and share with you a little bit about my background, the background of Blue Frog Plumbing and Drain. Fair? Now, I like to use that word fair every so often because it's very hard to say, no, that's not fair. I really don't feel like you need to do that, right? I don't want to feel comfortable that you're the right company. It's hard not to say, yeah, that's fair, and then take a few minutes to do that presentation. So we use those transitions, and those transitions do a lot of really important things. They earn us permission, they get us little yeses, and they build value in what we're doing. At the end of the day, they've got to want us there. And they're not going to want us there if there's no value in us being there. Number 2, the pyramid. You know, the pyramid is such a crucial part of the class, making them aware of the need, stimulating that need, creating a desire, right, to eliminate the problem, starts to attach to wants and needs. And we talk about this a lot in class. Want can be a really dominant buying motivator. When I want something, I will tend to get it. Just because I need it doesn't mean I'll always do it. So want, getting them to talk in terms of want. You know, I really don't want to have to worry about. You know, I really want a more efficient water heater, or I really want more instantaneous hot water, or I really want more consistent. If we can start getting them talking in terms of want, because we've made them aware, we've created, we've made them aware, and we've stimulated, we start getting them talking in terms of want, then we can talk solution. All right, solution, then obviously the end of that pyramid is ask. The reality is when you come through the class, you'll hear me use that pyramid over and over and over again with you. You know, to create the need, to make you aware that there's a need, to stimulate that need, I'll use that pyramid. It needs to become just a way that you communicate. Uncover the needs and wants first. Slow down, take the time, don't rush to the solution. Uncover those needs and wants first. Get that customer talking in terms of I need, I want, and now the solution has so much more value when we communicate it. Tying back, since we're talking solution, we got to talk tie back. I think one of the most powerful things you can do in the home, and there's a lot of powerful stuff in Restore, is before you start going through the recommendations, say to the client, Bob, based on our conversation earlier and based on the things that I showed you as a part of my diagnostic process, I've put together some options for you. I'd like to go over with you now. Fair? So what you're doing is before you ever go over the options, before you ever go over the recommendations, you're tying them back to the conversation that you had, uncovering the needs and the wants, and the diagnostic process, everything you showed them, everything that maybe you showed them on the camera, maybe the third-party data, everything you've proven at this point because you're being the expert, not playing the expert. So tying back those options to the conversation you had earlier and to that diagnostic process and the third-party data and the proof is so crucial, because now what I'm doing is I'm taking all of these solutions back to the needs and the wants that we've discussed and the things that I've shown you that we've discussed as well. Really, really important, because at that point they should have ownership of those needs and wants. Which means what will they take ownership of? They'll take ownership of the solution, the options. Now this is really important, and this is my last point. Don't just talk about the stuff. Talk about the benefits of the stuff and tie the benefits back. What this means to you is how this will increase your, how this will decrease your, how this will provide you with, right? You've got to make sure that you're discussing the benefit. Remember my 80-20 rule, 80% of the time talking about the benefits, 20% of the time talking about the stuff. So when we focus on the solution, we've got to focus on the benefit to the client of that solution. Those are some key core philosophical principles of Restore. And I just wanted to share those with all of you guys today. These are some of those key components that if you'll just get really comfortable doing these things consistent, you'll see immediate impact in the results. So I wanted to share this with you today. Hope you're having a great week so far. I hope you have a great rest of the week and a great weekend. We'll see you soon.